Hey guys, in this video I'm going to teach you how to raise your energy and lift your frequency and vibration so that you start to see different results in your life. We can all kind of get into a rut where we think negatively about ourselves. Things haven't worked out, we're not in the right job, we're not in the right relationship, for instance, and we start this negative dialogue in our heads. And it's like, I'm not good enough. I'll never find work that's fulfilling, and it can get really down and it can feel like you're circling the drain sometimes. And sometimes we need these external kind of techniques and tools which get us back in touch with our true energy, our true divinity, our true life force that we all have, and that's beyond any of our problems here on planet Earth. And by tuning into that, you can raise your vibration really drastically. So the things that I'm going to teach you in this video, there are two things I'm going to go through. First, I'm going to go through a Kundalini Shakti kind of raising exercise. That's where we're going to activate your chakras, and we're going to activate that divine energy in your body, in your spiritual body. And that then is going to have a huge and drastic effect on your energy field. And the second thing that we're going to look at is the violet flame. I'm a Reiki master, so this is something that's often used in Reiki to raise people's vibrations for them. And it's a really fun and wonderful process. So a quick disclaimer before I get going on these things. I'm making it sound very like, by the way, these are not my ideas. I did not come up with Kundalini or Shakti or any of this stuff, even the violet flame. I didn't come up with it. I learned about it like everyone else. And this is just, again, my take on how to use it. Now, the disclaimer I want to put out there is that the most powerful energy that we have in the universe is light. Okay, light is incredibly powerful, and if you work with light in your mind's eye, in your spiritual work, you can achieve wonders just by using light. So what I do in the morning to protect myself is I surround myself in white light, and that way when I receive negative energy or things are happening, I'm protected by that white light, and it's really powerful. It's invincible. So that's something to be aware of first. So we're gonna start looking at light in a minute, and that is the most powerful work that you can do. So when I was 15 or 16, I just want to show you this book. When I was 15, 16, I was dabbling around with this kind of stuff. Modern magic, how to create, manifest, how to use your own willpower to manifest the kind of life that you want. And I was playing around with things that I really didn't have any idea what I was doing with, okay? So I don't know if it was in this book or another, but I looked at a way of, I can't remember how exactly it was, but it was a kind of Shakti activation technique, a process like we're about to do. And I did that for all the wrong reasons. I did it because I wanted life to go my way. I wanted my will to be done, not the universe's will. I wanted to get things for myself. And I was also in denial about lots of things. There were things that were hidden. I really hadn't squared with myself. I really wasn't being honest with myself at that age. And I mean, for most 18-year-olds, I was a little bit behind, I guess, but I think there are also a lot of other 18-year-olds who can relate to still being kind of a child and expected to be an adult and not really knowing what you're doing. And what I was looking for is some power in my life, that I had some control, because I felt like things were out of control. So I did this Shakti exercise, and it fried my nervous system. It totally fried it, and for the next 5 years I went into an addiction coma. So it's really dangerous if you do it for the wrong reasons, because you don't just invoke this powerful energy to flow through you if you're unwilling to change, or if you're behaving in ways that are really dodgy and iffy, because it's gonna look at all of that and blast it out if it's not there. And it's gonna blast it out if you're not addressing it, or if you're in denial about it. In my case, what was gonna happen is I have the disease of addiction, so that was always going to come out in some way. But because I activated this energy, it really activated that quality in me, and I had to work very hard over the next couple of years to undo what was done there. The violet flame is something that I experienced when I was going through my Reiki training, and we did it at Reiki 1, and the Reiki teacher did the violet flame for me. She walked around me and she did it in her own way. And then at Reiki 3, the guy who was teaching me also did it. And it's basically taking on the mantra, I am violet fire, and repeating that over and over again and visualizing it yourself as that, which we'll do in a minute, that you really become engulfed in the fire of Saint Germain. And again, it's light, it's powerful, it's fire, and it's violet purplish light, and it's all about the intuition. It's about connecting with the higher realms. It's about everything that you want to do, because if you're connected to the higher realms, then you start being guided, and you start to see yourself clearly, and you start to do what the universe wants you to do. And again, your life starts to work, and you start to attract different types of people, because you're now vibrating at a different frequency. You drop off the radar of certain people and you appear on the radar of others, because you're now this person who has lifted their energy and made themselves more positive. So if you feel you're ready to do this, then keep watching, and we're going to go through the Kundalini one first. I'm going to walk you through that, and then we'll do the violet flame. If you feel like, I think I might be doing this for the wrong reasons, like I did, then turn the video off or pause it, and really look at the things that still need to be addressed. If you can address them just by writing them out and looking at them, fine. But if you need more time, then address those issues first and then do this exercise, because it's about awakening your soul's true power in your body. And if there are things going on, then that's not, like I said, helpful. Okay, so let's start. So I'd like you to get really comfortable, sit down on a sofa or on an easy chair, and just make yourself at home. Maybe get a glass of water or a cup of tea, maybe a blanket if it's cold. Make sure you're not sitting in direct sunlight, so that's not bothering you, and just have a little bit of peace and quiet time. Okay, so I'd like you to close your eyes and to visualize yourself sitting there. And as you sit there, or if you're lying on your back, I'd like you to visualize your body containing your spiritual body. So within the lines of your leg, for instance, or the lines of your arm in your mind's eye, you will see the spiritual line of your astral body, of your spiritual body. Don't worry too much about manifesting it and seeing it properly and making sure that everything is right. Just relax. This is supposed to be effortless and easy. Excuse me. You see, nothing is perfect, so don't try and make it perfect. It's supposed to be effortless and easy, and you need to go into this relaxed and feeling good about yourself. So you just kind of sink into yourself and see your spiritual body there, and now become aware of your sacral chakra. And your sacral root chakra, the sacral chakra is the second one up. The root chakra is the chakra that's at the bottom of your spine, and it's red, and when you look at the chakras, if they're working and if they're not blocked and if they're all in order, then they circle around and they kind of, some people see them as fans, other people see them as vortexes. I see them as big fluffy balls of light. However you see them, if you don't see them at all, but you just feel the color red, or you know the color red, then that's fine too. Whatever way this comes across to you is fine. So, with your eyes closed, get back into a kind of quiet, meditative state and start to become aware of the red light on your root chakra. And see it as a fluffy red ball of light, or see it as a wheel of made up of red wood, or however else you see that, but see it spinning around and connecting you to the earth. So the root chakra is at the very base of your spine. It's where your genitals are, and it's really the most carnal of all the chakras. It's about sex, it's about money, food, survival, passion. So all of those things. Now, as you look at the root chakra, I'd like you to visualize it, and I'd like you to start seeing this curling, coiling energy at the very center of the root chakra, and it's kind of yellowish orangey in light. It's very fiery. It's also got a pure white brilliance center in it, and that's starting to coil around and around in your root chakra. And now it starts to move up and breaks through the top of this big red ball of energy, and it moves up your spine and it enters your sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is the next chakra up. It's in the area of your belly button and the area just below your belly button, and it's orange, and it's about control. It's about being receptive to other people's needs and being able to compromise. And as this energy that's been coiling and kind of revving itself up goes into this orange chakra of yours, up your spine, it expands the orange chakra and makes it bigger. So it's now just as big as the root chakra, the red chakra at the very bottom of your spine. The energy continues to build, and now it's picking up the energy of the sacral chakra, and the light is transmuting and changing, and it's becoming a dark red. And that dark red energy now moves up into the center of your chest, into a yellow chakra that is pure yellow, and that is pure light and joy. And that is really the center of your being. It controls your body, it controls your mood and your energy, your personal energy. As this red threading, coiling snake winds its way into your yellow chakra, it expands it hugely, and you can feel the energy rising up your spine, and you're becoming more and more powerful and more excited, and you're vibrating at a greater frequency. The chakras are now bigger, and they're spinning faster, and they're spinning faster and going round and round and round and round. And as they go round and round, they're feeding this energy, this thread, which is moving up your spine. And as it is now in your yellow chakra, it starts to take on a purple light, and it's getting bigger. It's becoming more empowered, and where it was just a spark and a little coiling when it started in your root chakra, the red chakra, it's now become a force, and it's now picked up a lot of energy. So this purple line now moves its way up into your green chakra, your heart chakra, and again it expands the heart chakra immediately, and it makes it bigger, and it makes it vibrate at a higher frequency, and it spins faster, and it spins round and round and round and round and round. And this thread is being wound into the chakra and absorbing all of its energy, and it's bigger now. So the thread moving up your spine isn't taking anything from these chakras. By being empowered by their energy, it is empowered, and it gives the power back to the chakras, and that's why it aligns all of them and it empowers all of them. So now it's working its way through your green chakra, your heart chakra, and it's turning pink, and it's vibrating at a really high frequency now. It moves up into your throat chakra, which is a light blue, and the throat chakra expands and grows and vibrates and starts to turn quickly, quickly, quickly. And the thread now becomes a pure, brilliant white. It moves up powerfully into your third eye chakra, which is just here between your eyebrows, and it's purple in color. It's a deep purple, and that is your spiritual body's kind of entry point when it tries to tune in to spiritual information, and it's responsible for you often receiving the messages through your crown chakra and then being able to turn them into symbols that you can then analyze. So dreams, being given messages and intuitive readings, that kind of thing. That comes from the third eye chakra. So this brilliant white thread is now in the third eye chakra. It expands the third eye chakra, it makes it bigger, and it spins at a much faster frequency. And the thread is now this bolt of lightning that is turning, and it's got electricity sparking off of it. It's so powerful. It's bluish white in color, and it moves into your crown chakra, which is at the top of your head, and it enters that pink chakra at the top of your head, and it expands it, and it makes it much bigger, and it starts to spin more and more quickly, and it really opens up like a lotus flower. And what happens with the energy, it now connects all the way from the bottom of your root chakra, and it's now connected to the very top, to your crown chakra, and you suddenly feel all of the energy that's been collected up until now. It shoots through the root chakra into your sacral chakra, into the yellow chakra, the green, the blue, the purple, and your crown chakra, and explodes at the top of your head. And you can visualize the explosion, which is the color that you're seeing it. I'm seeing it as in white, blue sparks, and it shimmies down, it kind of glitters down, and it glitters down on your side and is reabsorbed into your root chakra. And now it is pulled into your root chakra again and does the same thing. It goes up your spine, it explodes at the top, it shimmies down, it goes back into your root chakra, and it forms this circuit of light and electricity, which is now flowing through you, and it looks like a butterfly. So you've got your spine in the middle, and you've got these two wings on the side now, and you keep that going, that cycle, and you sit in that energy loop for as long as you want, and that totally clears out your chakras and any blockages that you have, and it obviously makes them bigger, and it heightens them. It gives you much more spiritual energy, which means that you immediately are able to overcome certain faulty beliefs that have been troubling you. And also any kind of mind-body connection issues. I don't have a medical degree, I'm just talking about this from a spiritual angle. But the mind-body connection becomes, it's always strong anyway, but if there has been anything that was blocked or not moving quickly, that Shakti energy is now alive in you, and it's taken on a life of its own, and it's working through you, and it's gathering energy, and it totally aligns your nervous system, and it empowers your nervous system. So you'll start to get ideas, you'll want to do things, you've raised your vibration now, so you'll start to be inspired. So that's something you can sit in for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour if you want to. You can do it once and it will raise your vibration. You can do it every day if you like, and really be in that, it gets a rhythm going, and you can really feel the energy, and as it changes color and as it goes through you and out and back in, it's just like, it's this beautiful light that you can watch. So you can do that every day if you want, but be careful with it, because it's really, really powerful. Like I warned at the beginning, and just see how you go. If you're becoming too hyper and you can't sleep anymore, and you're like, I'm vibrating all the time, then obviously stop doing it. But if you're someone who's totally flat, or you really don't know what to do, you feel like you're at peace with yourself, you've got a good connection to your higher power, or you don't believe in a higher power, but you feel like you've done good, you've never really harmed anyone, or you don't have any outstanding things that you're constantly looking over your shoulder for, then you can do this exercise, and it inspires you, it gets you going again, and it just invites the spiritual energy into your life. Okay? So that is the Kundalini Shakti energy vibration exercise technique visualization. And again, it's just my take of what I've learned over the years from different sources, and it really is, I can't really put it into words because it's so important. If you're in the flow of the universe and the flow of that energy, Shakti is the universal energy, the loving, unconditional loving energy of the universe that wants us to succeed. When you take that into your body, you kind of put the universe in the driver's seat of your life, and you start to take action which you couldn't really imagine before. So again, if you're a control freak and if you want to do everything as you think it to be right, then again, this isn't really the exercise for you, because there is a level of surrender that naturally happens with this. Now next, let's do the violet flame, and this is really easy. This is simply a visualization and a meditation and a type of mantra meditation. So again, close your eyes for a minute, be comfortable, get comfortable in your chair, and just see yourself sitting there and become aware of your spiritual body. And suddenly, through the roof, through the ceiling, comes Saint Germain, and he comes up to you and he says, it's time to activate your violet flame. And he starts saying the words, I am the violet fire. I am the violet fire. And he steps away as he says this, and you can see him being enveloped and surrounded in this violet flame, and it's all around him. But as he moves back to the end of the room, he fades away into the wall, and you can still see him surrounded in this violet flame. But now that he's gone, your attention comes back to yourself, and you realize that you're meant to do the same thing. So he has given you this gift. He has kind of touched you, so to speak, and blessed you so that you're able to receive the violet flame. So say thank you. I'm now going to try this. I'm going to start repeating the mantra. So I am the violet fire. I am the violet fire. And start to see yourself surrounded in this violet flame. It starts at your feet and it starts burning, and it goes up your legs, over your knees, up your thighs, over your belly button, over your chest and your back. And it just wraps itself all around you. It's on your shoulders, it's on your neck, it surrounds your face, and now it's like a burning aura around you. So keep saying the words, I am the violet fire, I am the violet fire. And keep visualizing yourself burning in this violet flame and being totally encapsulated in it. And see it as, you know, when you put on a kind of gas stove or a gas oven, that bluish flame that comes up, and it's a teardrop shape. In this case, you're in a teardrop shape, and it's violet, and it's fire. It's violet fire. And it's all around you, and as you continue to say the mantra, it starts to move inside of you and into your flesh and into your skin and bones, and it starts to burn there, and it starts to burn through your whole body, and it cleanses your entire body. It is the intuitive flame of Saint Germain, so it cleanses you. It removes any blockages and any low frequencies, any earthbound entities which are sucking you dry. So if you have had problems in the past but you haven't cleared all of it, you may still have cords attached to negative people, or you may still have these earthbound entities connecting with you and stealing your energy, or there may be some faulty thoughts that just keep you blocked in certain areas. The violet flame burns through all of that, and it puts you into the violet light of the universe, and the violet light is the light that contains the knowledge of the universe. So the collective unconscious, as Jung called it, the Akashic records, and when you're in that violet flame, you have the connection and answers to everything in life. So the more you do this, the more you raise your vibration by letting go of yourself as such, and really surrounding yourself in the fiery divine wisdom of the universe. And again, it requires some level of surrender, because you're saying, I am not the wisest thing in the universe, I'm not the center of the universe, and I let this wonderful fire, this energy, cleanse me and clear me, and I invite it in. So I'm going to do this, excuse me, I'm going to do this with you. So I'm just going to start by saying, I am the violet fire. I am the violet fire. And then as I keep saying that, I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm just going to repeat that mantra in my head. And I'm going to imagine my head as being a giant dome. And I am the violet fire. That mantra is now bouncing around that dome, and I hear it over and over again in my head. And I don't make an effort, I just hear it, I just listen to it over and over again. And while I'm doing that, I see myself standing at the center of the dome, surrounded in this violet flame, which is growing and growing and growing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So let's start the meditation now, and please join me for the meditation. So if I had a bell, I would ring it, but I'm going to knock 3 times, and then I'm going to say, I am the violet fire 3 times, and then I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to start repeating the mantra in my head, and I'd like you to join me. So, I am the violet fire. I am the violet fire. I am the violet fire. And I'm meditating for all you guys as well, and I'm seeing you surrounded in the violet flame, and it getting bigger and bigger. And we're all in the dome together now, and all the violet flames are connecting and becoming one big violet flame. And as we continue the mantra, it continues to grow and grow. I am the violet fire. I don't know about you guys, but I'm shaking in my body a little bit. And that's the vibration picking up. So if you're feeling slight tremors, that's very normal. I'm experiencing them too. I am the violet fire. I am the violet fire. Now see yourself disappear completely, and all that's left is the violet flame. and you are the violet flame. I am the violet fire. I am the violet fire. And you are now that fire, that spark, the eternal light. That's what you are. Continue to repeat the mantra. If you get distracted, just come back to the mantra. It's okay, just come back. I am the violet fire. Continue hearing it echoing through the dome. I'm seeing two red hands in my mind's eye, and I always, when I close my eyes, see one red hand, and when I see two, I realize that my intuitive abilities are at their most powerful and activated, and that's what I'm seeing now. So as you repeat the mantra, it takes time and the flame gets bigger and bigger. So let's continue. I am the violet fire. Now what I see is the giant violet flame that's in the center of the dome exploding into lots of little violet flames, teardrop shaped, and you're one of the people who is exploded out of this giant violet flame, and you're now encapsulated in your own violet flame, and you start to twirl and float around the violet flame in the center of the room, and you notice that there's an opening at the center of the dome, and you float around the violet flame. You feel totally connected with it. You are it. You start to reappear within the flame, and you start to see yourself completely engulfed. Every cell in your body, every aspect of who you are is now burning within that teardrop shape of the violet flame. And you float around the central flame a few more times, and then you float out of the ceiling through the hole in the top of the dome, and you disperse into the universe, and you come back into yourself. Take a deep breath, and whenever you're ready, open your eyes. And just take a minute to come back into your body and realize that now that violet flame is still around you. Always. It's something that you can do again once to raise your vibration, if as a one-off, if you're feeling really stuck. It's something that you can practice every day if you feel drawn to it, if you feel comfortable with it. But both of these techniques will really raise your vibration. And why do we care about our vibration? Why do we care about raising our frequency? Well, the answer is that whatever vibration we vibrate, whatever frequency we vibrate at, we attract similar things into our lives. So if I am afraid of money and I don't trust other people, and I'm very miserly, then I am going to vibrate at a frequency that is very strong, and that really gives people the sense that this person is occupied, he is not available, he's doing his own thing, he is blocked off. So people won't approach you, there won't be new offers made, connections with others will be difficult because of the vibe you're giving off. By doing these exercises, you start to give off a divine vibe. The violet flame is something that's beyond our human strength and power. And like I said, the strongest thing you can work with is light. And once you're surrounded by a violet flame, you start to give off the energy of love, unconditional love, being complete and whole in yourself, not needing anything from anyone. You're going to vibrate at a level that brings light, and that brings joy and happiness. So when you start walking into a room, you'll be able to flood the room with your energy, and you can change the atmosphere of a room just by walking into it. Now also, of course, this is going to have long-term effects on things that you manifest. Or the things that you want to manifest. And the higher your vibration is, the more able you're going to be able to manifest and bring those things into your life. So use these techniques as and when you need them. Don't become obsessive about them or perfectionistic about them. These are only tools to help. If you don't find them helpful, trash them, ignore them. If you do find them helpful, either one or both, then practice these things. But in my experience, and I am not an expert on Kundalini yoga. I have done Kundalini yoga, but I can't touch my toes, so I'm not an expert. I'm sure there are a lot of yoga people watching this who could express themselves much better, or who have something much better in their kind of repertoire. And I also think there are Reiki masters and healers who have a different take on the violet flame. I'm not saying anyone is right or wrong, but this is my jumbled version of doing those things, and over the years this is how it's developed for me. So whenever I need to raise my energy, I feel like something has put me down. First of all, I cleanse it off, and I ask Archangel Raphael to surround me in green light to cleanse me and to heal any wounds that have been caused by an interaction with someone. Then I surround myself in the white light, or I ask Spirit to surround me in white light to protect me. And then if I'm feeling really like I need protection, I call Archangel Michael and I say, please surround me in your purple light of protection and healing. And that then makes me feel much more protected and safe, and I don't have to worry about things so much. I have surrendered them to the universe by connecting with these processes. And the reason you surrender as a natural part of this is because the energies are so powerful, they kind of you just get swept up in them. And your worries and things, you realize life has its own pattern, and things are going to go up and down for you at certain parts of your life. But as long as you keep this connection with your own chakra system, or the violet flame, or some other way of connecting with something bigger than you, that vibrates at a higher frequency and that's full of unconditional love, include that in your life, you will become it, you will embody it, and the world is going to respond to you in kind. So when you vibrate on the level of joy and love and laughter and fun, then people who are fun and loving and trustworthy and enjoyable will come into your life. So it's all about what you put out there, what you create in your life, and by raising your energy and your vibration, you really can't go wrong. Just make sure that you're ready for this, and that you don't that you don't do things which are too demanding of you spiritually. If you think, I don't think I'm quite there yet, then meditate on it and ask when the right time is, and then do this. It's really going to give you a great boost, and you'll make a major leap in terms of your energy. So there you go. I hope that helps you. I do astrology readings, tarot readings, and numerology readings. I combine all three systems and techniques in my private readings. If you would like a private reading with me, please go to my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading, and once I have your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth, I can draw up your natal chart. That shows me what your life purpose is, what your vocational aptitudes are. It also shows me what's destined for you in love and romance, in family and health, and travel, living in different parts of the country, education. I also look at what's coming up in future by using the predictive astrology and the tarot, so I can see what's coming up for you over the next couple of months and years. And I can also use the progress chart to see how you've changed over the years and what's important to you now that wasn't so important to you earlier on in life. So if you are interested in having a personal reading with me, then please visit the website, gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order that reading. Please hit the subscribe button on this channel if you like this video, and also make sure that when you hit subscribe, the bell is on, because I do live tarot readings on YouTube. I occasionally come on live with my deck of tarot cards. You can type in a question and I will pull a card for you to give you an answer. So if you want to be part of that, please subscribe. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you soon.